Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains. The ants in France stay mainly in your pants. All right, so this is not working there, but it's working over there. All right, so I got to see if I can even control this. Hang on. All right, interesting. All right, so let's see if I can B-roll. You ready? Let's go. Okay, well, okay, so there's something, this new setup, apparently YouTube has a completely new setup, hasn't emailed me or anything, but it's crazy, crazy different, and it's not working in the streaming software. The streaming software doesn't pull chat, but it looks like I have it up on there. I can control it from this thing, but now I got to look at this other thing, and I don't know where to look. Everything's a lag as well. So if I go to full screen, let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's a 10-second lag. Not entirely sure why. So this is really strange. I don't know where to look. So I got to look way over here now to see chat. So now I'm going to have to reorganize everything to make that work. But I don't know why it's not pulling in the software, but the software is controlling that. And I don't know. So anyways, I apologize. It's not me. It's not you. It's them. So yeah, so now I got to look. The chat is now way over there. So this is going to be weirdo. So apologize. But my name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for Traders Way. Thank you very much for being here. If you are new, please visit tradersway.com, open up an account. Why? Well, first of all, they're making sure that this webinar is in your life every single day, so that's really cool. You should pay it back. If you create a demo account, I think you'll find the execution speed is fast, much faster than most brokers. I think you'll find the spreads and fees are competitive to everybody else because that's how the free market works. I think you'll find the customer service world class. And of course, a major benefit of Traders Way is the huge, ridiculous swaps they pay you. It's redonkulous. So please check it out. So once again, I lost a lot of time messing around with webinars, so at least we got this going, so that's really nice. And maybe over the next year or so, we'll get this all figured out. So anyways, so yeah, wow, it's weird because now I got to look way over there at chat. If I have to do this setup, I'm going to need to move my charts, which you see, I'm going to need to move them way over there. And then I need to move the chat there so that the chat I'm looking at here and the charts are there. So anyways, thank you to YouTube. I'm going to have to spend time and absolutely change everything. And I don't know why the software doesn't work. So anyways. All right, so enough bitching and complaining. Let's move on .com. Let's just pretend everything is normal. Let me get my drawing tool. Is that right, UK Kenny? Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm back and with the big. All right, where's my drawing tool? Hey, I got my laptop yesterday. Pretty cool, man. I got my first OLED laptop. It's an i7. 1 terabyte SSD. Pretty cool. All right. So, and it's a 2K screen, so I should be able to coach with it. So I'm looking forward to getting used to it. All right, so what's going on in the world? Just still floating around. Notice, however, we have a shorter term higher high off of our projected bottom. Remember, if you're a bull, that's what you're looking at. You want that to be the bottom. Our first real challenge is right where we are now here. So if we're going to continue mission, we need some up, probably into this area. Some down, and then some up. Okay? Now, if you think that is just ridiculous, you're like, Wayne, what a ridiculous idea. This is clearly going to head down again. Well, then you should start creating that bearish trade plan right now. It's Thursday. Oh, swing trading day. Oh, I didn't have that on my mind. Well, that's good. I just have to readjust some things. Yeah, crazy, crazy amounts of homework. Crazy. So anyways, I should probably do that. What time is it now? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. Hang on. I guess probably I'll do. Two-hour and 15-minute timer.
Okay, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Starting.
All right, got that done. So anyways, if you're a bear, yeah, you're getting ready to take this down. You're thinking either today or tomorrow is a Friday front run, but that's a perfect price. Okay, perfect price for to be a bear and take this down. Where's my watermark? So I have it called now Swing Trading Confluence. And that has it. All right, cool. One love, one life. Or is it the other one? One love. Which one love? But anyways, what's up, man? Leaves you, darling, if you don't care for it. All right. So yeah, that's actually very interesting. So whether you're a bull or a bear, your eyes should be wide shut. No. Your eyes should be wide open. This is very meaningful to bulls. This is very meaningful to bears. What happens next can dictate the next 9 days of trading. Okay, let's take a look at... So we'll leave that at that. By the way, isn't there a big Bank of Japan meeting coming up next week? Not next week or soon. If not next week, soon. You know what? I can pop this chat, can I? Hang on. Oh, I'm going to pop the chat. This is going to help. All right. Pop chat. Cool. I popped it out. So now I can move the chat over here. Let's hope that that works. That'll be helpful. I got to be thankful for something. It still hasn't loaded. There we go. Finally it loaded. All right, cool. Can we do Euro Lira? The Euro Lira is at the weekly R2. Okay. So make decisions on that. Okay. I try to stay away from those types of trades because that's a long-term carry trade, not a short-term news scalp. And a lot of people are going to chase it simply because it's moving based on geopolitical risk. I don't want you to trade that way. I want you to be conservative. I want you to be disciplined. I want you to plan. I want things to be based on, you know, fundamentals and seasonality. Just because it's moving now, because of the geopolitical risk, I kind of want to stay away from that because I don't want to put people into something dangerous. Okay. But if you know how to trade already, then you can make your own decisions. So when I say, look, it's at the monthly R2, do with it what you may. Okay, then I'm sort of staying clear, right? All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold. Okay, and we're just still there. Okay, we're still stuck between support and resistance. So really nothing going on here. So if you're losing money in a market like this, you're not doing it right. Okay, whatever you're doing, I don't know what it is, right? So we're stuck here and here, which is very, 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 very logical. And it's not really going up. It's not really going down. So if you like lost money in this range, you're not trading properly. I just want you to know that. Okay. Anyways, if you're a bear, you're looking at this kind of rolling over here next week. So you should, like, if you shorted that, let's say 4 hours ago or 12 hours ago, if you shorted here, you're done not only for this week, you're done trading even probably for next week. You see what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be like, ooh, I lost money somewhere in here. I thought I caught someone posting in there that something happened to them. You know, no, your trade should be you shorted there. You're done for this week. And if you don't lose money, you're probably trading this all next week as well. And even potentially all the rest of the month. So, like, if you're losing money in here, and I'm looking at it like it didn't go up, it didn't go down, and yet, you know, your trades are dying in here, you're not doing it right. You're just way too short term. Okay? We need to open up your trading a little bit. And then, of course, really, you know, we still have this up here, and we're still kind of doing this, and, you know, I don't know. We're just slowly drifting. Okay, you shouldn't be losing the family fortune when we're just kind of drifting sideways. Somebody should Google the Bank of Japan. There's a big meeting coming up soon. And there's a big vote, I think, as well. Tom says, why would gold decrease during a trade war? Well, first of all, I'm not giving you my opinion. Okay, Tom? That's just what it says. I'm just reading the charts here. Okay? So right now, this isn't amazing on the bullish side. Now, if you want to be a bull on this, this is cool. I've already done this, right? You have to realize, guys, that we've done this almost on a daily basis going back forever, really. So, like, the trade plans are already there. So let me click in now. I just want you to get an eyeball on it, okay? Look, if you're a bull, we already had this planned. You were supposed to go long probably 2 days ago, and your plan is here. The thing is, you wouldn't be executing that plan now. So the only thing left is right, like if you didn't do that, then you're not a bull. So the only thing left now is a bearish trade plan, and the bears are thinking this. Okay? So it's one or the other, Tom. And I'm just reading the charts. There's no sort of fundamental opinion here. Thank you, Alex. October 30th and 31st. And did you look into the political meaningfulness of that meeting? Like, I think the government, as well as the Bank of Japan, but the government of Japan is also like every 5 years they have to roll over a pension plan, and I think that's coming up. And by pension plan, I mean the retirement accounts of pretty much every Japanese citizen. Yeah, that's Brexit Day. Yeah, could be very interesting. So, anyways, there you go, Tom. It's not an opinion on gold. I'm just reading technical analysis. This could have been absolutely any pair. Could have been any pair. I would have read it the same. Okay. So, if your fundamental bias is up, I'd ask you to, to do things like, well, this was an up, this was an up, and there probably won't be another up this week. There may be an up next week, right? So it would go up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, and you're trying to line the technical analysis up with that bias. Okay, Tom? So it's just like if you're an upward bias, right? Those are the plays. And that's sort of also what I mean by, like, if you lost money inside this nothingness, you're probably not trading properly. The way I look at it is like, this is a counter trend trade, right? We know that's a basic counter trend trade out of the swing trading strategy on the monthly swing. So we know that was in play if you're a gold bull. Now, it's not a great move because you're counter to the trend, but it's a play if you're a bull. Okay, we do know we like being up in here, and also, by the way, that's a perfect place to sell if you're a bear. And then the following Monday, so another week goes by, and you have a new opportunity to do the trade of the week. Now, your swing trade should look like this, right? Right? That's it. You're done for the week. Shouldn't be losing money. Nothing's happened. And what's your trade plan next week? This. Now, of course, pivots contracting are a very bad sign, and that's another sign that you certainly shouldn't be losing money in a market like this because nothing's actually happening. The physical buying of gold decreasing. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. All right. Let's do some oil. Okay. Once again, on oil, nothing's happening. I want you to think about this, especially if you're losing money over the last few days. If you've lost money over the last few days, and many of these currency pairs and asset classes actually haven't done anything, I want you to recognize that whatever you've been doing is wrong or inappropriate, or right? I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm trying to pique your interest here. If the market doesn't do anything, yet you lose money, then clearly you have some risk management that you should work on. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And you should probably talk to yourself over the weekend. Okay? Okay. So, if I was an oil trader, okay, how would it work if I was trading properly? Okay. Well, first of all, let's start with a bullish trade plan. It's a bearish market, so I got to be careful. But anyways, oh, that was funny. This was the trade plan. Okay? And there's only really one because we weren't any higher. If we were higher, there would be a second trade plan. So there's only a plan A. Okay? And I'm making this decision based on, let's say, where we were last Thursday. Okay? Okay, now, if I was a bear, plan A was to sell here, plan B was to sell here. Okay? How many people agree that that's the standard operating procedure? Like, I'm not making this up with some sort of hindsight analysis, but this is, in fact, how I teach you to trade. I have plan A and plan B set out by very standard rules, and I plan my days and weeks by this. Okay? Like, this is how you're supposed to trade, right? Now, the point I'm trying to make is, if you were a bull or if you were a bear, you haven't lost money yet. It doesn't even matter if you're a bull or a bear. You're probably slightly profitable or near break even. Okay, so you're not making money, but you're not losing money either. And I get worried that you guys have lost 3, 4, 5 times over the course of this short amount of time, and yet nothing's happened. Okay? My charts are fuzzy. They should be 1080p unless YouTube changed that as well. Can you guys confirm that it's 1080p? I've never really read a trading book, Zabir. Okay. Cool. It's coming out 1080. Cool. Right on. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so that's all I'm saying is nothing has happened, so it should be impossible that you lost money. That's all. So if you did lose money, it's time for you to have a planning retreat with yourself. Ask yourself why, and then fix that. All right, take a look at the pound. We'll do it against the dollar. Not a good day, or week, or not a bad week. So last week's high, this week's high, like nothing, right? Like, this is such a tight range. Look at this. This is all last week. 22 to 24. 200 pips for a weekly range is really small for this pair. Okay, but notice that it's not really trending either, because we're still back at where we were. Okay. Trading in the zone? Oh yeah, I've heard of it for sure. You know, interestingly enough, I own a website called FX Book Club. I bought it years and years and years and years and years ago because I own FX Boot Camp. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I created a group where we got together and read books? Because honestly, I haven't read other people's books. There were no Forex books when I started trading. The only Forex book there was Forex Made Easy. And that was pretty clearly a scam, so I didn't buy it. But so I went to Barnes & Noble. All they had was Forex Made Easy. I went to a little internet startup called Amazon.com. It sold books online, and all they had was Forex Made Easy. So I'm like, no Barnes Noble, no Amazon. Where do I buy a Forex book? So I went to Palo Alto, to Stanford University. I went to the bookstore, and I bought some textbooks, some on international economics, in hoping that I would learn something about Forex. Okay. So, anyways, but I'm guessing now 7 or 8 or 9 years ago, I bought FX Book Club, and I was just thinking about it. We talked about it maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't thought about it since. And then all of a sudden, ching! I get an email from Internic or whatever, the International Association for Website Security or whatever it is. Anyways, they're like, hey, you own FX Book Club. Has your contact information changed? I'm like, no, but it's interesting, so I still own it. So wouldn't it be neat if I could, my original vision is that we would all read the same book at the same time. And we would meet online once or twice, and we would discuss it. I might even be able to arrange to have like the author come and talk to us. Wouldn't that be cool? Meanwhile, on the website, it would say, next month we will be reading this other book, and you would start ordering it ahead of time, right? So you're buying, this month you're buying next month's book, right? So by the time we're done this book and we move over, you've already received it. And we do like one book a month or something. Talk to the author. We would actually have like a live webinar and discuss it, and have some of you guys actually come on camera and talk about it, and do like truly like a book club. You can leave comments, you can leave reviews, and that kind of stuff. And we just start stacking up a huge library of trading books. Okay? So that's the thought anyways. Oh yeah, Tommy, the indices. Now, by the way, someone downloaded, where is this? There we go. Someone downloaded off of MetaTrader's this currency index. And they said it didn't work for them on their broker. I think because they're not using, some of you guys trade minis, and some of you guys trade futures, and some of you guys trade these sort of different versions, right? So you have like USD, Swissy, and there's a plus on there, or there's an I USD Swissy, and all that kind of stuff. And depending on how your broker set up your account, and for some people it didn't work. So it didn't work on their broker's version of MT4. But they did send me a new version of MT, or a different version of their index that did work. So I'll look at that as a backup. Okay, just want to let you know. So if you've downloaded from MetaTraders, it should work. But again, if there are so many brokers out there, if they don't have it set up properly, then apparently this doesn't work. I'm not sure why, but there you go. So this is a crutch. It looks really cool, but it's a crutch. What you're supposed to be doing is relative strength exercises. So you look at Scan Aussie, for example. Wow, this one's ugly. Let's just change the template here. That's even uglier. So template, swing trading weekly. Let's do it this way. Template, swing trading monthly. Template, swing trading monthly. template, swing trading monthly, template, swing trading monthly. Okay, cool. So what you're supposed to be doing is looking at Aussie. Of course, the Aussie's not on all of these. So Aussie dollar, Aussie CAD, Euro Aussie. So now I need an Aussie over there with an Aussie on the right. All right, so let's do this. Aussie on the right. Euro Aussie we have. So is there like a pound Aussie? Pound Aussie. All right. Cool. So that's the first thing I'm looking at is denominator, denominator, numerator, numerator. All right, cool. Second thing is we should have same time frame, daily, daily, daily. So I need to make this daily. Okay. So on this particular time frame, and by the way, you could do this hourly, 4 hour, whatever, but you're supposed to have congruency in time and compare numerator with denominator. Okay. So if over, let's say, the past several days, let's say over the last 2 weeks, Aussie, Euro Aussie is more up than down, that means the Euro is stronger than the Aussie. Over the last couple of weeks, right, Pound Aussie is more relatively up. We're at the bottom of a channel, right? So I'm looking at this period, by the way, guys. And this will probably be helpful. I'm looking at this period here. Okay? So this is the same amount of time. Okay, let me give this an extra click in. Okay, I'm trying to compare apples to apples here. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Okay? And then comparing apples to apples, the last 2 weeks. Okay. I should put a little more time there. Okay, there we go. And the last 2 weeks. So 1, 2 weeks. So I got to get the tool out. And I look at it this way. Oops. Come on now. There we go. All right. So generally more up than down. Generally more down than up. Which means Aussie is weaker than CAD, Aussie is weaker than the US dollar, Aussie is weaker than the pound, Aussie is weaker than the euro. Okay? Okay? You should be able to do this in like 2 seconds. Oh, is that what it is, Ron? That indicates that you're in an ECN account, is what that is. Okay, so I don't know if that messes with your indice or not. I don't see why it would, but maybe it does. Okay, so anyways, I look at this and I say Aussie dollar is weak. I just made an index. I compared Aussie versus everything. Okay? That's how you're supposed to be doing it. And then you could also find out, you know, which one is strongest and all that kind of stuff. So you can continue by scanning other currencies. That's why I have these scans, market scans, Newton scans, Aussie scan, right? CAD scan. Cool. But if you can't do that, you can have a tool to do it for you. The problem is there's a lot of tools that people use, but the fear is they don't know how it's indexing or how it's doing relative strength. So some of you guys probably have installed things that have like little arrows pointing up and down. They're like, oh, well, Aussie is strong or Aussie is weak. And then I'm like, well, what is it doing to make that decision? And you don't know. And then I'd say, well, then that's very dangerous. If you don't know, that's a very, very dangerous thing. So I'd rather you do it yourself. So is the chat working over here? You know it's good. You know it's good. Yeah, it's not showing enough though, so let's try to change something here. There's not an easy way to change this. Have to change it one pixel at a time. That's really inconvenient. I'm trying to get it to add. Anyways. Done. All right, so anyways, let's go to this. How do you use the indices? You're just looking strong versus weak. This is, make sure they're all in the same time frame. 1 hour, 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 1 hour. You'll see if I change it to 4 hour, you'll get different points of view. Well, it's because over that time period. Okay? Now, are these predicting anything? No. Someone made a comment yesterday about them lagging. Yeah, that's how they work. Well, I know someone made a comment on YouTube comments. They left a comment on YouTube, and I was reading the YouTube comments. And so anyways, they're like, yeah, so it seems to be lagging. Of course it's lagging. These are not predictive. Right? On a 4-hour chart, looking back over the last day or so, dollar's been weaker than it has been stronger. Swissy's been sort of down, then up, and then sideways, so kind of neutral. And Kiwi's been a little bit strong. Pound's been a little bit weak. Aussie's been sort of neutral. Euro has been quite strong. CAD has been quite weak. So what you're supposed to be doing is just saying, well, CAD is weak, Euro is strong, so maybe I should be trading Euro CAD. But of course, all it's telling you is in the past, this pair has been going up. Doesn't tell you if in the future it will continue going up. You are the one that makes that decision, not your chart. From above or below? Well, Max, what you're asking about is trend. So, Max, let's do this. Let's say this is what's in play right now, okay? And let's throw in a pivot point now. Let's say this turned out to be a monthly central pivot point. What do you think the axiom is here? My pleasure, our cats. What do you think, Max? That's what you should be thinking. Okay? That's it. And of course, you mentioned like a pivot point or mid pivot point. Well, that has simply to do with swing strategy. So if that's the central, and this would probably be the monthly M3, okay, then you've been waiting all week. In fact, the way that it plays out, if those are monthly pivots, I'm assuming, and of course that's dangerous, right, as we all know, but you should have sold here. You might try again. This is your plan B, but you know what you're doing, right? These are your plans. Yeah, down if you're a bear. Right? So if you know your bias and you know how to swing trade, it's very, very, very clear, very straightforward, no nail biting, no head scratching. Okay. Now, if it was different, it would be in a scenario where you're in an uptrend and you're a bear. Okay. Well, instead of reversing the whole thing, let me just look at this from a different point of view. Let's say I'm a bull. And this is our monthly central. So now you'd have to guess, where is the monthly M2? Well, that'd be about here. Now it's a downtrend. This is the problem for me. It's a downtrend and I want to be a bull. All right, well, my plan A is buy it here. I bet there is no plan B. And I know I'm going to be under severe duress, when we get to this point, because I know that that's where the bears are going to sell. I know that's plan A for the bears. And I just have to, I take the shot and manage the risk. Get knocked out of a break even, try it again. Or my original stop is below the S3 or the S2, so I just buy it and I wait. I don't really like that in a downtrend. First of all, I don't like being a bull in a downtrend. But if I was, I have very clear rules of engagement that keep me alive. Maybe, right? I'm not sort of winning the war, so to speak, but I'm surviving. Okay, and that on the long run, that's very important. Right? Think about it this way. You know, in war, it's not who's right, but who's left that matters. If central pivot, if CP don't hold, can we soon price go to... Max, you know what? You should take the swing trading course. FXBootcamp.com. You're asking good questions, but right, you're what you're saying is you don't know it, so you should take the course. Cool. FXBootcamp.com. FXBootcamp.com. Okay. What should we look at? I guess we can do the yens. Yeah, that the yeah, that would be price action. Yeah. Remember, all I care about, guys, is price action pivot points. So wait for the proper price action. What do I mean by proper price action? Roll reversals and trends. Right? So I'll draw right over top of these charts. So if you're waiting to be a bull and you're in a market like this, why not wait for the double bottom, higher high, higher low scenario, and now start being a bull? Yeah, well, that's what price action is, right? Sorry, Max, if I was rude to you, I didn't mean to. I apologize if I was. You know it's good. You know it's good. You know it's real, real good. Oh, so let me see. Maybe this Kiwi yen will give us a lesson to talk about that. Okay. So this was my trade plan on Monday. Okay. Okay. So before taking it, I had to let it sort of, first of all, I waited for the market to hit a target where I know bears are likely to get out. And then I got a high higher than the old high. So let's mark the old high. I guess we'll do it. Oops, I got to get rid of it. Well, hang on. So we'll mark it with this, whatever color this is. All right. Okay, we have this issue and is this issue here. Okay. So what I'm looking at is I say, I think bears are going to get out. I already know bulls want to get in. So once I found myself up here on Friday, the plan was to buy in here on Monday. Okay? So you get the let's say the bearish out, the higher high, the higher low, I'll do it this way, higher low, but also on the monthly M2 and on the weekly M2. Okay? So therefore my plan, let's do this in yet another color, I guess we'll go green. So my plan was from here to here. Okay? And that's sort of how you do it. Can you see that, guys? That's how you put it together. Great trade? No, it's not. It's actually a very mediocre trade because I know it's not trending up. So it's not a great trade at all. It's just a boring, basic, nothing of a trade. Okay? And so now I'm going to meet with the swing trading group in 2 hours and we're going to set up next week's trades. Right? And hopefully start stacking. Okay? Yeah, there Ron's like, Pachow, there it is. Price action and pivot points. Yep. That's how you make money. Somewhere in there is your yellow Lamborghini. Right? We need some luck though, but I suppose we always need some luck. Unconscious competent in terms of your trading. Wayne, if you can give yourself a challenge based on where you are currently at unconscious competent. I don't know, Bandits. It's a hell of a question. I'd have to think about it. It's too big for the morning. I'd have to get some sleep to think about that one. Tom says, if we want to reduce risk, how can we manage stop loss and reduce lot size at highs? Should we follow it on? You should cut your lot size in half and triple your stop. My challenge is to get out of Harvard. Oh my God. So anyways, we're already setting up classes for next week and then for summer. Not next week, next semester. So my class is here for guess if I sort this now, and then I sort that, and then I go to sort that, and then I'm going to sort that. I'm not on it. Okay, that is my Harvard email. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to keep that FX book club. If you guys want me to do that, let's try to find some time in the next year or two. Yeah, so I got to do negotiation and organizational conflict resolution. Very interesting. And the other one is diversity and inclusion management. So that's what I'll be doing all January, February, March, April, and May. And then I go through commencement again in May with my second degree. Pro trader, millions isn't enough. Yeah, do the book club. Yeah. It's only time, guys. It's only time. Oh my God. All right. All right. So let's take a look at another one. I hate being so tired so early in the morning. Let's do one more. The least. Kiwi, CAD, Aussie. Aussie's been weak lately. I made like 10,000 Aussie trades probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and nothing stuck. CAD yen, you can see I've done all of this for you already. So this just goes back to last week and now. So like if you didn't buy it here, or well, buying it here is way too late. So it came down to this, guys. Delete. Let's see. This is a very obvious buy. This isn't a very good sell, but it's sellable based on price action. So it comes down to this. If you're a bull and I'm a bear, actually I want to be a bull, but anyways, let's say you're a bull and I'm a bear. You would have bought this, I would have done this, and we both were just as right and just as wrong. If you did anything else, I would have doubts about your competency as a trader. Okay? Because there really isn't anything else. There isn't anything else. I don't know what else you would be doing. And then you might say, well, I was waiting for the CCI to cross over the RSI, and then the MACD told me not to do it. No, and then you're falling into old habits if that's the case. Okay. Okay. And I don't want you falling into old habits. Okay. Okay. There might be a small chance around 81. It's basically the same trade, but there's a small short up into there. But it'll probably do that in that case. Okay. Pound Kiwi. Well, how about pound Kiwi? Well, let's start sort of with the obvious. Yeah, a script. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll put it in MetaTraders. Yeah, sure, Banda. Just recognize I may not respond. I'll probably read it, but I may not respond. I just don't have time. I don't have time for anything. It's amazing. I don't have time for anything. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. I hope I don't have a nervous breakdown or something. But I only got a year more to go with school. You know, and I have two kids that are they're not just in school, and they're not just A students. They're in something called the gifted program. They're also in something called the STEM program. And these classes are different from regular classes. And typically a kid gets into like one STEM program or one gifted program. My children, all of their classes are gifted in STEM. And they're A students. And by A, I mean my son's worst grade is a 96, right? My daughter's worst grade is a 91, and they're competitive over this. On top of that, we just signed up to coach the robotics team. I don't, right? My wife is the head coach of the robotics team this year. So while I'm doing school, and while I'm trying to raise children, while I'm trying to teach them discipline and hard work, and trying to stay healthy, and be a good husband, and be a good trader, and be a good coach, we're also going to be hosting children 3 or 4 or 5 times a week in our living room. Luckily, it's a very, very big space, and we have this huge table, because they will be building and programming robots in my living room. And I'm giving up whatever free time I had to help make sure that happens. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Right? It's just crazy. 0 time. All right. So somebody asked Kiwi, what was it? Kiwi, who? What? Somebody asked. Oh, was it the left or someone? Oh, pound Kiwi. Okay, let's take a look. Pound Kiwi. That makes sense. Which way should it be going up? Which way should it be going? And it should be going down, right? Pound. I have a euro Kiwi. I don't think I have a pound Kiwi. But see, I don't trade crosses like you guys. I don't know who teaches you to trade so many crosses. But you pick it up somewhere, not from me. Nothing wrong with it, of course, but the problem is, generally speaking, when you trade so many crosses, you may be always setting up your trades based on what happened yesterday or last week, which means you're never ahead of the curve. Pound Kiwi. So let me move all this. Okay? And I'm trying to teach you to think 3 or 4 or 5 days in advance. Right? Let me state it in a different way, because this is important psychologically. How many people here understand I'm trying to get you to think 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance? Max, I don't know anything about NinjaTrader 8, but I'm hiring a programmer today to go through every indicator, every EA, and every script, and every template, and every profile, and convert them to MT5. They're starting today, by the way. Okay, so I'm spending money. Some people have signed up for MetaTraders.com. I'm taking all that money and I'm giving it to programmers so that they can build more value to put back into MetaTraders. You understand the process? All right. So, by leaning on tools like the currency index, you're never going to be 3, 4, or 5 steps in advance. Okay? You're never going to be 5 days ahead if you're basing your trades on what happened over the last 5 days. So anyways, I just want to make that point. Okay, so if you're trading crosses because pound Kiwi's been strong over the last few days, you might pick up some crumbs, but I'm trying to teach you to trade fundamentally. And I should be able to ask. So if you are not able to write out an essay explaining why this is happening, then it's not happening. Okay? You understand? So you would have to say you're a bear on Great British Pound and you're a bull on New Zealand dollar. I don't know if you can actually do that. Okay? Okay? So that part bothers me. All right, next thing. We're at a role reversal. So I would look for something like this if I were me. Okay? That's if I think it's going to go up. If I think it's going to go down, then I'm doing this. Super easy. Aaron says, I've been getting by trading what I see and not what I think. Yeah, but it's not a professional way to do it. You may be getting by, but that's not the proper, it's not the proper way, that's all. Yeah, when am I going to get to South Africa? You know what? I don't think I'm going to have time in January. I thought I might. I might have a conference to go to. I might go to Harvard to do a class. There's like 3, 4, 5 things coming up, and I don't have time to do any of them. Okay. So trust me, I would love to be in Cape Town on a hot day in the middle of January. Yeah, I'd love it. I'd totally love it. Now, I've actually been researching what I want to do. The mastermind that I'm putting together mentally, and I actually think about this. So I meditate every day. I think most of you guys know that. And I never know what I'm going to meditate about. I guess it's part of meditation, isn't it? So I have on several occasions, like to the point where I can see the room. And it's really strange because you'd be shocked, and I'm going to get metaphysical here and it's going to freak some people out. But you'd be shocked, like when I can see the room, often it happens. And we'll get there and it'll be exactly what I saw. It's almost like seeing the future. But the funny thing about meditation and being a driven entrepreneur is that when I see the future, I actually create the future. And then I can go back and say, well, look, it was foretold by the oracle. No, it was not. Right? It's because I personally had a vision and then I created the reality. It's not like it was there and I saw the future. No, I created the future, right? So it's very interesting when I get to the point where I can see it. I just need the time. And so I need the energy too, right? But I want to do it. I can see it. I can literally like start writing the agenda. I've thought about my first speech on stage when everyone gets into the room. What would I say? What would the rules be? What kind of side speakers could we get? What kind of interactions would we get amongst the people in the mastermind group? I've actually done web searches for the microphones that I wanted to buy. I thought about what would be served during the breaks and what lunches and meals we'd have, right? So like I envision getting on helicopters and flying from Cape Town to wine country. Because I like wine, I like helicopters, I like me in South Africa. So I'm going to combine all of that. And then I think, well, how can I put all of this together so it actually impacts you as a currency trader too? Not just, well, first of all, if you're going to raise millions of dollars, you got to get used to being in fancy places with fancy people doing fancy things like flying in helicopters and drinking champagne and go, oh, right? Actually, you wouldn't do that with champagne, but you're like, you hold the Syrah up to the light and you go, oh, look at the tannins on this. The bouquet. Are you kidding me? Right? And then talk money. And I tie that in there and I'm like building this. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I would do this and I'd bring in that surprise. And that would be a night people would never forget for the rest of their life. So I put that much effort into it so far. So we will do it. Probably not. Well, it ain't going to happen this year. But, honestly, next year, we will do something ridiculous. And I'd like to repeat it around the world. So maybe every 3 or 4 months, because I love to travel. So maybe every 3 or 4 months I do a new mastermind group. And we do one in South Africa. I want to do one in Haikou, China, because they have a fancy Ritz-Carlton there. And we could just basically rent the whole hotel. It's super cheap because it's in the middle of nowhere. So you'd have to probably fly to Hong Kong and then fly from Hong Kong to Haikou. But let's go, right? And then let's go somewhere else. Let's meet on top of the Swiss Alps or something. But anyways, let's rock it, right? So yeah, but just not this year. Is that right, Prince Philip? I'm on a program that works meditation and creative visualization. Yeah, it sounds like something that Ryan would like as well. Yeah, guys, if you need personal coaching, right? Personal coaching, you need to go to live.fxbootcamp.com. And in a true bootcamp fashion, we're not talking training videos here. We're talking about personal coaching, performance coaching. Imagine having your own drill instructor. We will break you down and build you back up. And you'll come out a warrior. Or you will die trying. Okay. Benjamin says, you got the money and the education, now you're living. Yeah, but I've always done that. And I don't know why you get me into these conversations and I'm tired and all that kind of stuff, but I've lived a better life than I deserve. Ernest is there now and dying. Come on, Ernest. It's tough, right? Stick with it, Ernest. Yeah, I agree, Benda. All right, so let's moveon.com, and we'll pick up again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, should be great. If you're in my swing trading group, we meet in an hour and a half, I guess. Right? It's 11. Right? I got that right. Is it 11 or is it 10? I think it's 11. So I'll see you over there. Ernest says Ryan is the man. Ryan is the man, and he's such an interesting person, above and beyond being a good currency trader and a great coach. But, so the reason he came up is people are talking about meditation and such. And he's very attuned to that. I think he could write his own book, like Trading in the Zone type book. I think I'm going to encourage and support him in one day writing a book on being mentally prepared to succeed. And you'd be surprised how important the mental aspect is. And that's like going through live.fxbootcamp.com. It's hardcore technical analysis. There's fundamentals in it truly, but it like a drill instructor nitpicking because your collar isn't on perfect, or your button isn't quite perfect, or there's a tiny thread sticking off of the area where, you know, or your boots aren't shined properly, or when you turn, your left foot doesn't turn properly, or your thumb is not in the right place. It's not here, it's here. Or if it's here, it's here. Or this is here, not like this. Like, I can't see your palm, turn that. Do it right. And make you do it again. 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 Do it again, right? Like, people need that. People need it. He's tough and he is classy, but he's truly a drill instructor. So if you're like, if you're really, honestly, if you're like, I think I'm great at technical analysis, I'm pretty good with fundamentals, I believe I know how to trade, but I'm not getting the results I expected, that's what live.fxbootcamp.com is. You need someone to break you down, build you up, and find your strengths and weaknesses, and get you to that next level. And it's just, it's like a requirement to get to the next level. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very tough love, but very patient, he's like the rightest person on the planet to be that guy, right? To be hardcore disciplined, which he is, but also patient and tender. Like, the guy doesn't even eat meat, for crying out loud. Oh yeah, no, yes, you need the videos first, right? Think about it logically. You come here and you're like, wow, Wayne really knows how to trade. I want to use the same tools that Wayne has. Good, go to MetaTraders, download all my tools. Great. Then you're like, I really need to know price action, swing trading, and fundamentals, and I really need all this information. So I need like classes, right? Good. That's what FX Bootcamp is. Then you get all that put together, and you do that for a year or so, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready to get to the next level. What do I need? I need a live coach. I need a drill instructor. I need a performance coach, because I'm ready to succeed. Great. Live.fxbootcamp.com, right? And then I got some other things coming, under my sleeves. I got some aces coming. So once you succeed through live.fxbootcamp.com, oh my gourd, it's going to get good. It's going to get like ridiculous, blow you away, change your life good. But you got to be ready. So anyways. So yes, you do videos first. You can't just walk in like, I don't know how to trade, but I need a drill instructor. No. No, you don't. You need to learn how to trade. So anyways. So let's bust out of here. I'll see the swing trading group in an hour and a half. So anyways, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Thank you to Traders Way for making all of this possible. Make sure you visit Traders Way, open up an account just as a courtesy and as a way to say thank you, and give them the opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect, okay? And I guess I have to figure out how to end stream. So I have two places I can end the stream. I wonder which one would work. I guess I'll do this one. I'll end stream here.